Welcome everybody, this is Alan with Daily Armour of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my Reading the Bible in 1 year challenge, goal, plan, whatever. And today we'll be reading from Deuteronomy 17, 18, and 19. So, let's get started, shall we? Deuteronomy 17 verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto Jehovah thy Elohim any bullock, sheep, wherein is blemish or any evil favoredness, for that is abomination unto Jehovah thy Elohim. If there be found among you within any of thy gates which Jehovah thy Elohim given thee, man or woman that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of Jehovah thy Elohim in transgressing his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods, and worshipped them, either the sun or the moon or any of the host of heaven which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth that man or the woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shalt stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death, but at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of all the people, so that thou shalt put the evil away from among you. If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gate, then thou shalt arise and get thee up into the place which Jehovah thy Elohim shall choose, and thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levi, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall shew thee the sentence of judgment. And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which Jehovah shall choose shall shew thee, and thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee to the right hand, nor to the left hand, or nor to the left. And the man that will do presumptuously, and will not hearken to the priest that standeth to minister there before Jehovah thy Elohim, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. When thou art come into the land which Jehovah thy Elohim given thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Jehovah thy Elohim shall choose, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he shall multiply horses, for as much as Jehovah hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away, neither shall he greatly multiply himself silver and gold. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of his law, this law, in a book out of that which is before the priests of the Levi, and shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear Jehovah thy Elohim, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes, to do them, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Okay, Deuteronomy 18, verse 1. The priests, the Levi, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part nor inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offerings of Jehovah made by fire in his inheritance. Therefore shall they have no inheritance among their brethren. Jehovah is their inheritance, as he hath said unto them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep. And they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the maw, the first fruit also of thy corn, and of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give him. For Jehovah thy Elohim hath chosen him out of all thy tribes to stand to minister in the name of Jehovah, him and his sons forever. And if a Levi come from any of thy gates out of of all Israel, where he sojourned, and come with all the desire of his mind into the place which Jehovah shall choose, then he shall minister in the name of Jehovah his Elohim, and all his brethren the Levi do, which stand there before Jehovah. They shall have like portions to eat beside that which cometh from the sale of his patrimony. When thou art come into the land which Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that use divination, or observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Jehovah, and because of these abominations Jehovah thy Elohim doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with Jehovah thy Elohim. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearkened unto observers of times, and unto diviners. But as for thee, Jehovah thy Elohim hath not suffered thee so to do. Jehovah thy Elohim will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that thou desirest of Jehovah thy Elohim at Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Jehovah my Elohim, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And Jehovah said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I'll put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which Jehovah hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of Jehovah, if the thing fall not, nor come to pass, that is a thing which Jehovah hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. Deuteronomy 19. When Jehovah thy Elohim hath cut off the nations whose land Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee in the midst of thy land, which Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee to possess it. Thou shalt prepare thee a way, and divide the coast of thy land, which Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee to inherit, into 3 parts, that every slayer may flee thither. And this is the case of the slayer, which shall flee thither that he may live. Whosoever killeth his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in time past, as when a man goeth into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetcheth a stroke with the axe to cut down a tree, and the head slippeth from the heave, and lighten upon his neighbor that he die, he shall flee unto of those cities and live. Lest the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer while his heart is hot, and overtaken because the way is long, and slain, whereas he was not worthy of death, inasmuch as he hated him not in time past. Wherefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt separate 3 cities from me. And if Jehovah thy Elohim enlarge thy coast, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, and give thee all the land which he promised to give unto thy fathers, if thou shalt keep all these commandments to do them, which I command thee this day, to love Jehovah thy Elohim, and walk ever in his ways, then shalt thou add 3 cities more for thee beside these 3, that innocent blood not be shed in thy land, which Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. But if any man hate his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally that he may die, and fleeth into one of those cities, then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood that he may die. Thine eyes shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of the innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit the land that Jehovah thy Elohim giveth thee to possess it. 1 witness shall not rise up against a man for any antiquity, or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses, or at the mouth of 3 witnesses, shall the matter be established. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before Jehovah, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be false witness, and hath testified falsely against his brother, then ye shall do unto him as he thought to have done unto his brother, and so shalt thou put the evil away from among you, and those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And thine eye shall not pity, but life shall go for life, and eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Okay, that was Deuteronomy 19. Here is our daily Bible promise. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now they are holy. 1 Corinthians 7:14. And here is the reflection, and I quote, "Oh, but the power of grace in the new covenant is great. Under the Mosaic covenant, God's people had to cut themselves off from the unbelieving, and the foreign wife made of the Israelite husband unclean." Ezra 10:2-3. Yet now the grace of God works so powerfully through the Christian covenant that the Lord ordains His grace will actually work through the believing spouse to the sanctification of the unbelieving. Some food for thought there. Alright, just going to pray. Dear Jehovah, our Elohim, thank you for this day and thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you that we're able to read your word, and I pray you continue to be with us as we read your word. Please draw closer to us as we draw closer to you. Thank you again for everything you've done for us and everything you will do for us. In your precious holy name, our Jehovah, our Elohim, our Abba, our Yahweh. Amen. Amen and amen. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Hope you have a good evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. And as always, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care, God bless, and put God first in everything you do. I'll see you later.